From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10. Powered by Century Pro Wood and Panasonic. Co-powered by IndusInd Bank.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and now it's time for the nation's sharpest opinion. Now, you know, viewers, what the favorite line of the Congress party has been in the 60 to 70 years that they have been in power in this country. Can you take a guess? Well, I won't waste time. I'll tell you what it is. The favorite line of the Vadra Congress when it has been in power has been, or the Indira Congress before that, Vadra Congress has been, let the law take its course. Any issue you take before them, let the law take its course. We have an unwavering faith, they say, in the law. And if any of us would ask them, why don't you take any action? They say, well, let the law take its course. Well, in this particular case, in the disqualification following the conviction of Rahul Gandhi, following his very casteist comments, the law is taking its course. And the law is absolutely clear. The law under Section 8(3) of the Representation of People's Act, according to this, ladies and gentlemen, and I will read it for you so there is no ambiguity, because I don't really understand where the political argument on this is. The law has been laid out, a court has given a judgment. If the law is not followed, then the law will have no validity. The Congress party seems to assume that the law should be different for the Vadra Gandhis and the law should be different for everyone else, but that is not the way it works. According to the law, a person convicted of any offence and sentenced to imprisonment for not less than 2 years, other than any offence referred to in subsection 1 or 2, shall be disqualified from the date of such conviction and shall continue to be disqualified for a further period of 6 years since his or her release. This is the law. And therefore, this is the law which has been applied on Rahul Gandhi. Now, viewers, very strangely, who is the person who has been batting for this law? Who is the person who has said that the previous law does not make any sense, that this is the only law which will be useful to put politicians in their place? Guess, viewers, again, who has been the person saying this is the way things should be done? That MPs and MLAs once convicted should be immediately disqualified. Take a guess. Well, it is Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi first hit the headlines in 2013 when he said anyone convicted for more than 2 years should be immediately disqualified, that no period of a stay should be considered. The person should face immediate disqualification. So when he said that, was he putting democracy under threat? Was he compromising democracy? Was he making democracy capitulate before some form of mobocracy or autocracy? Ladies and gentlemen, let's be very fundamentally clear on this. The law, as Rahul Gandhi is being arguing for, if it is applied, then Rahul Gandhi has to be disqualified. There's no politics on it. Now, the more confusing part is this. I don't think that the Congress party has any belief that Rahul Gandhi has a strong legal case. If he wants to, he can go to an appellate court. The appellate court will listen to Rahul Gandhi. He will get a proper hearing. And if he's lucky, and if he makes his strong case, he can get the conviction stayed. The interesting thing is, the Congress does not want to do that at all. It does not want to, at least as of today, want to go in for a legal recourse. Because they want this matter only in the political arena. They don't want this matter in the legal arena. And with a battery of legal eagles, if they really wish to, they can easily get this stayed and make an honest attempt to at least get the conviction stayed. But are they doing that? No, they are not. Another point that I think should be made tonight. Viewers, who is the politician who has been most responsible for the law of defamation becoming extremely uncompromising and, as some people say, almost draconian? That person is Rahul Gandhi's father, Rajiv Gandhi. Viewers, in 1988, Rajiv Gandhi had announced and introduced at that point of time a law which was seen to be one of the most draconian bills drafted. The defamation bill was a product of his desire to curb the media in this country. So when the Congress party says democracy is being challenged, democracy is in danger, it's absolutely amusing. In fact, Rajiv Gandhi finally announced, and he was forced to announce, that his government would withdraw the infamous defamation bill which the press at that point of time had condemned. And Rajiv Gandhi had wanted to push for the defamation law, obviously because he was facing many charges, including those of corruption. Never before in India's parliamentary history has a legislation passed by the Lok Sabha been withdrawn under public pressure. So Rahul Gandhi should be completely aware that his family has been one of the strongest advocates of a draconian defamation law in this country. And therefore, if Rahul Gandhi were to try and get public sympathy on this, he would get none. If he would want to get immediate stay or conviction or everything removed, it would be very difficult to do so, because there's a precedent of several legislators having lost their positions for a considerable period of time following the same kind of convictions that Rahul Gandhi faces. So the only option for Rahul Gandhi is to try and make this political. Legally, it is truly, the precedent has been set too many times in the past for an exception to be made for Rahul Gandhi. On the legality and the politics of it, ladies and gentlemen, now let's debate.
After an almost 2-hour meeting at the AICC headquarters, Congress declared that it is yet to decide on the legal steps post Rahul's disqualification from Lok Sabha.
2 घंटे के लिए कानूनी प्रक्रिया पर नहीं, बल्कि संगठन की ओर से क्या कदम लेने चाहिए, उस पर बातचीत हुई.
The Congress seems to be treading cautiously on a conviction in a criminal defamation case.
The defamation law is laid down in section 499 of the IPC that deals with defamation. It arises when a person makes or publishes any wrong or false statement or allegation or false imputation related to any person by words or oral or by signs in form that is going to defame the person.
A law that has been contentious from the word go. So much so that when Rahul Gandhi's father Rajiv Gandhi introduced it in 1988, he was forced to rethink.
Rajiv Gandhi introduced what went down the pages of Indian history as one of the most draconian bills drafted by the Indian government. The defamation bill was at that time a product of the then Prime Minister's desire to curb criminal imputation and scurrilous writings. The government finally announced the defamation bill, which the press had unanimously condemned as an instrument for bludgeoning free speech, was withdrawn.
So what are the options for Rahul Gandhi so as to reverse his disqualification? The Congress is yet to spell out its legal strategy.
The Election Commission says, the Supreme Court does not so hold, that we do not need to go to the President with a recommendation because this is a court conviction. The President has no role in a court conviction case. Though this point is noted by the Supreme Court in the Lok Prahari case, it is not decided. Section
8, subsection 3 of the Representation of People's Act is very clear. The disqualification is immediate and automatic upon conviction and sentencing of the MP MLA to 2 or more years in jail. What are the legal options before Rahul Gandhi? He has to get this conviction overturned or reduced to less than 2 years. He has to move an appeal in a higher court. Only then will the disqualification get nullified.
The BJP has raised questions over Congress delay.
लेकिन ये सुनियोजित षड्यंत्र, सोची समझी साजिश कांग्रेस में किसने रची, राहुल जी आपको समझना पड़ेगा. कौन है जो छुटकारा पाना चाहते थे? कौन है जो बैटरी ऑफ लॉयर्स कांग्रेस में? तो देखिए जी, राज्यसभा के सांसद और लोकसभा के इतने हैं जो बड़े नामी ग्रामी लॉयर्स हैं जी.
What lies ahead for Rahul legally? Let's debate.
And Rhythm is joining me on this part. Rhythm, to start with, the one question everybody's asking. I find it amazing that they went out in the press conference and said, we haven't discussed the legal strategy. The first thing you do in a case like this is work out your legal strategy.
Yes. Arnab, very good evening to our panelists and you as well. And this is something I'm trying to speak with Congress lawyers, and they are very, very clear that they have thought of what has to happen ahead, but they are keeping their cards close to their chest. Now, it's very obvious, which like a lot of people are saying, this huge battery of lawyers that the Congress has, they don't know that the legal option is clear. They have to move to a higher court and they have to ensure that the conviction is stayed. Why are they not doing it? I believe this is one battle, which is very different from what the Congress has done in the past. They want to fight in the political arena rather than the legal corridors of the country. All they have to do actually is go to a higher court and argue that this matter needs to be stayed. They have to try their best. Having these kind of lawyers, I don't think that could be a problem. But they're taking a call to unite the opposition and trying to see possibly how politically this matter can play out.
So they want to play this out politically. Bizarre. And this is, I think, open to all. I have Satyapal Jain, who's Senior Advocate and Additional Solicitor General, Kailash Adhikari, Managing Director of Governance Now, Adish Agarwala, President of the ICJ and Chairman of the All India Bar Association, and Tohin Sinha on one side. A very distinguished panelists. And Abhishek Sudhir, who backs the AAP, Kapil Madan, who backs the Congress, Karthik Reddy, National Spokesperson of the BRS, and Lokesh Jindal of the Congress, also with us this evening. Now, Mr. Jain, if Rahul Gandhi were to go to the court, how quickly, in your view, could he get a stay? And how would that help him?
See, it all depends upon the facts. Yes, I am telling, to my mind as a lawyer, it is basically a legal issue, constitutional issue. Unnecessarily, they are trying to give it a political color. See, I ask one question from the Rahul Gandhi camp people. Suppose Rahul Gandhi had been acquitted. Would they have said the same thing which they are saying now? It's a case where he has been convicted for 2 years. As per section 8, subsection 3, if you are convicted for 2 years or more, you are disqualified from contesting election for 2 years plus 6 years. The only remedy available now is to file an appeal in the district court, district judge there, session judge there. He will hear the appeal. It all depends upon the presentation of the appeal, appreciation of the facts, and the ultimate opinion that the district judge will form. I am telling you one thing very interesting more. It is only under subsection 3 that the conviction for more than 2 years is a offence, is the cause for disqualification. Part 1, there are 20 different acts: Prevention of Corruption Act, Dowry Act, Hoarding Act, Sati, etc., etc., under which even if you are convicted just for 6 months, even then you are disqualified for 6 years from contesting election. The only and only remedy was available to them, which is available to them now also. It's a pure legal issue to file an appeal. And secondly, in appeal, even if he gets bail, even if he is out of the jail, that will not help him in any manner unless the conviction, the guilt part is stayed by the appellate court. He cannot claim that the disqualification is bad.
Arnab, can I now respond,
he can't go
please?
straight to the High Court. Rhythm. He can't go straight to the High Court, Rhythm.
Yes.
He can't go straight to the Supreme Court also, Rhythm.
He has to first go to the district.
So somewhere he knows that his legal...
No, he cannot go. He cannot go.
Yeah.
He has to go to the district
Rhythm.
judge.
Arnab, can I make a point here?
He please.
No, the point being he has to go to a district judge, which means he has to follow the process. And he does not want to follow the process. He after
Precisely.
saying couple C, if you don't want to follow the process... Rhythm.
Arnab, I don't know from where
it is not bizarre.
draw this conclusion that someone is not following the process of the law.
Rhythm will elaborate.
It's absolutely bizarre.
Rhythm will elaborate
it's a bizarre
to you in a minute.
conclusion.
1 minute. Rhythm will elaborate to you in a minute.
Now,
in fact, I think what Arnab is actually saying is absolutely correct. What he needs to do, he can't immediately go to the Supreme Court or the High Court. What he needs to do is first go to the Sessions Court, after which he can appeal in the Gujarat High Court and then in the Supreme Court. But what I find very amusing is criminal defamation, even Arnab in the Supreme Court has held to be constitutionally valid. In fact, I remember there were 25 writ petitions that had been filed. There was one by Rahul Gandhi, Subramaniam Swamy, Arvind Kejriwal. They challenged criminal defamation. It was turned down by the Supreme Court, which in a 2016 judgment had relied mainly on arguments by Congress legal Dr. Singhvi and said it is fallacious to argue defamation under Article 92 covers only civil defamation. Therefore, criminal will also continue to be on the statute books. The fact of the law is clear. The Congress, as well as the BJP, as well as every political party, is very aware of the defamation law. Therefore, they also know that the remedy lies in the courts of the country. But like Satyapal Jain was saying, it's obvious that they are not choosing to take this into consideration because they want to play this out for political publicity.
Okay. So let me put this to you, Kapil, and let me put this to you, Kapil and Abhishek, and I will open this up.
Then Congress had come out of it by amending the law, which they can't do now. In 1975, when Mrs. Gandhi's election was set aside, she imposed emergency, amended the law, and then came out of the disqualification. Fortunately, now they are not in power, so they can't adopt that course now.
Yeah, so since you are not in power, unfortunately for you, Kapil, you can't impose the emergency again. But you see, just one simple point. One point here. Kapil, let me articulate this, then I'll give it over to you and Abhishek, and we have the whole hour to debate this. The point is, you have to understand at one point that the Vadra Gandhis are not superior human beings. You have to stop being so elitist about it, that the legal process applies to the rest of India.
But
the Vadra Gandhi family will not follow it. No. Kapil, you have to let me elaborate on why. Because I will make it absolutely clear to you. You are delaying legal action. It was the Congress party with great alacrity. You pushed the ordinance to bring a 3-month breather in 2013. In Rashid Masood's case, he had moved the Delhi High Court, challenging his conviction within 1 day of him being disqualified. You're not doing that now and you're complaining.
Arnab, I think...
the Congress party could have, on the grounds of procedure and manner of the Surat Court ruling, you could have approached high courts and higher courts. Why have you not done so? Why have you not done so? You are just saying you can't do this to Rahul Gandhi.
Arnab, do you know under the criminal law how many
Mallikarjun Kharge has said we will appeal to higher courts, so go appeal to higher courts.
So of course that will happen, Arnab. You can't decide it on a TV channel. You do it now or you do it then. I mean, there is a whole lot of procedure that needs to be followed. It's not like kangaroo court that you make someone an accused, pronounce someone guilty, file an appeal, declare someone guilty, declare someone innocent. Unfortunately for you, the court system doesn't function like that. There has to be a certified copy of the order that is given by the court. After that, an appeal is drafted. It is presented to the court. There is a whole lot of procedure that needs to be followed for filing the appeal. But here you want to question. Now you want to question the timelines.
Oh, God.
This is absolutely bizarre.
That's a giveaway.
This is absolutely
Salman Khan's case. In Salman Khan's case, conviction was in the morning. Appeal was filed in the afternoon. By the evening, there was a stay. In Salman Khan's case, after
I'm going to ask you one thing.
Appeal filed the same day.
Let me ask
by
you
the
one
afternoon,
thing.
there was a stay.
So you are such a senior lawyer. Sir, you are such a senior lawyer. You please educate us and the other fellow members also and the audience also.
No.
How many days do you get to file an appeal?
Kapil.
No, I am just asking you. I am just asking, sir. I mean, he's a senior lawyer for benefit of everyone on the panel.
Now you're making it very obvious.
Yes, I tell you.
Now you're making it. Thank you.
How many days you get?
In Salman Khan's case,
I am. अरे सर, आप मेरे को ये बता दें, आप इतने सीनियर लॉयर हैं, कितने दिन का प्रावधान सीआरपीसी में है जिसके अंतर्गत आपको अपील फाइल करने का टाइम मिलता है? आप मुझे प्लीज आप ये बता दें,
हर अपील के लिए हर अपील के लिए सर्टिफाइड कॉपी की जरूरत नहीं है, अनसर्टिफाइड कॉपी के नाम से भी फाइल। और सलमान खान के केस में हरीश साल्वे ने यही आर्गुमेंट दिया था, अपीलेट कोर्ट को जुरिस्डिक्शन है सर्टिफाइड कॉपी की एग्जम्पशन देने की। आप क्या बात कर रहे हैं? सुबह की कन्विक्शन दोपहर को हो जाती है अगर आप चाहें तो। अगर आप चाहें तब, अगर ना चाहें तब नहीं।
काउंसिल हाथ जोड़ के मैंने आपसे ये सवाल पूछा कि कितने दिनों का प्रावधान सीआरपीसी में अपील फाइल करने के लिए मिलता है, कितने दिनों का प्रोविजन है जिसके अंतर्गत
Kapil, I'm intervening right now because you are one minute, you're wasting time. You are wasting time. Since we are on the legality of it, I want to go to Adish Agarwal as well. Adish Agarwal is joining Tuhin on the debate. 1 minute. Satyapal, Kapil 1 minute. Kapil 1 minute. I'm intervening. Volume down. And the point here is this. 1 minute. Mr. Satyapal Jain, please don't respond there, because I'm on a strong point of legality. I do understand the weak legal ground out here. Now, viewers, in the 2013 Lily Thomas case, right, the courts, the higher courts, upheld the principle of immediate disqualification. That is the 2013 Lily Thomas case. The 3-month window idea was removed by the Supreme Court, which said it is unconstitutional in 2013. That case is famously known as Lily Thomas versus the Union of India, which means, what is the result of that procedure, Mr. Agarwal? That if there is a sitting member who has been sentenced to imprisonment for 2 years, convicted, not arrested, pending investigation, not like that, then the legislator has to be immediately disqualified with immediate effect. There is no politics on it. The issue is both political and legal. Legally, this is the law. The fact is, Rahul Gandhi wanted this law. Rahul Gandhi wanted this. Rahul Gandhi fought with Manmohan asking for this. And now that he is convicted, he doesn't want it. You cannot have it both ways. This is really stupid. When you are in 2013, you want the law. When you are convicted, you don't want the law. It's absurd. It's no. It's absurd in the case of Rahul Gandhi. He knows how he's.
CJM of Surat has delivered a flawed judgment. Lok Prahari versus Union of India.
That will be if the verdict is flawed. If the CJM has given a flawed verdict, it will be dealt with in an appellate court. You must know that basics. I mean, there's no point arguing like Rahul Gandhi's lawyer on the debate.
Yes, but he can go to the Supreme Court directly. He can go to the Supreme Court directly. He can file a special leave petition under Article 136.
No, he can't. Adish Agarwal, who is chairman of the All India Bar Association, can he go to the Supreme Court directly?
Please look at Article 136.
No, he can't go directly to Supreme
Kumar
Court
versus
against the
State,
order
1980.
of magistrate.
Rajendra Kumar, of course he can. Under Article 136, you can file a special leave petition. Look at the case of Rajendra Kumar versus State, 1980. The Supreme Court made an exception, but the Chief Judicial Magistrate had decided the case, had issued an order of conviction. The Supreme Court admitted an SLP under Article 136. Rahul Gandhi could have gone to the Supreme Court today. He chose not to. That seems to be a political decision. The order is flawed. I'll tell you why. Because under Section 499, criminal defamation, you can only defame a person. You can't defame a caste or a class.
No,
Purnesh Modi, a former
issues.
Gujarat MLA, filed the case under 499, punishable under 500. This judgment is wrong. This is a legally wrong judgment. Rahul Gandhi will get a stay on conviction. 100% he'll get a stay on conviction. But maybe Rahul Gandhi doesn't want to stay on conviction.
I just find it very amusing that you're going on the merits.
Please go to Rajendra Kumar versus State.
But I find you very amusing that you're actually teaching us the law on SLPs, and you're also telling us why on merits the order is wrong. That is precisely what we're asking. If the order is wrong, why is the legal team of Rahul Gandhi not immediately moving in this 30-day period?
I have every right to challenge it on the merits.
But why are you not? That's the question to you. Why is no one in the legal team of Rahul Gandhi Congress?
That is the strategy.
They're not moving ahead. So today when you come here, don't talk about the merits
of the case.
That's
Rahul Gandhi's strategy.
That's his strategy. In a higher court of law. That's a strategy.
Why shouldn't I talk about the merits of the case? I have every right to... Rhythm, listen to me. I have every right to challenge the merits. I say it's a flawed case, it's a flawed judgment. You can't defame an entire class of community under 499.
Yeah, but the merits...
Whatever, you're not challenging it in the
but
court.
that means...
Unfortunately, I don't have the wakalatnama.
You have right here to argue on merits. 1 minute. One minute.
I don't have his wakalatnama.
No, one minute. Please, that's why the problem is you would not be successful even in the lower court. So please be a little careful about what you say.
He'll get a stay. This is a flawed judgment.
Now, don't go into the merits of the matter out here. Don't go into the merits of the matter out here. The fact of the matter also is, and I want to say this with all seriousness.
He defamed Lalit Modi. He defamed Nirav Modi.
I have to make a larger and very serious point tonight.
That's not a case under
when he stops, I will. When he stops, I will. I want 1 minute to make a point tonight. Viewers, there is the judiciary and there is the executive. Mr. Agarwal, we must look at the issue with all the seriousness that this deserves. This is a very serious matter. The Speaker has taken a decision to disqualify Rahul Gandhi, construed under Article 122(2) of the Constitution of India. If it does fall, Mr. Agarwal, under Article 122(2), then I would like to humbly point out that a 5-judge constitution bench has already held in, I think, 2010, and the constitution bench was headed by the then Chief Justice of India, A.G. Balakrishnan, and the constitution bench made it very clear that the court cannot intervene in the powers of the executive, which means the Speaker has taken a decision. And I want to quote what the then Chief Justice of India's Constitution Bench judgment said, Mr. Agarwal. It said, under Article 122(2), the decision of the Speaker with whom the powers are vested to regulate the procedure and the conduct of business is final and binding on every member of the House, said the Supreme Court of India Constitution Bench judgment.
Correct.
We can't play around this on a daily basis just because the cases of Rahul Gandhi, can we?
The validity.
Now, what about Article 103, Arnab?
Nobody is questioning the validity of the notification.
Now, what about the procedure laid down by Article 103, which clearly states that in case of disqualification, as per Article 102, Clause 1, the matter would have to be taken to the President, and who shall take the opinion of the Election Commission, and the opinion of the Election Commission shall be binding upon the President. You read Article 103. So why was this procedure not followed?
Yes.
That's written in the Constitution.
With Mohammad Faisal,
the Speaker as an authority,
Mohammad Faisal,
even if you talk about rule number 239 to rule number 252, the Speaker has to be duly informed.
I think the courts will not be baited into getting into this.
Listen, Arnab,
what about Mohammad Faisal, the MP from Lakshadweep?
Arnab, can I come and finally...
Arnab, we have to be very clear with respect to the
I think Mr. Agarwal and Tuhin first. I'd like Mr. Tuhin, if you don't mind, I'll get a legal aspect and then I'll certainly come to you right after that. Thank you. Mr. Agarwal, please.
Yeah. See, this can be, if they challenge, if Mr. Rahul Gandhi challenge, the Speaker has decided, the notification has been issued. If somebody is aggrieved, then they can go to the President. It is not that Speaker is required to obtain the opinion of the President, and President should obtain the opinion of the Election Commission. It is not like that. If somebody is aggrieved with the decision of the Speaker, then they can tell.
Sir, as per Article 103, the wording that is stated is in case of disqualification as per Article 102, Clause 1. The decision of the President shall be final. And while taking that in the same subclause 2, the President is bound to consult the Election Commission, whose opinion would be binding upon the President. The point is it lays down the entire procedure correctly. The question is, while taking the decision, the Speaker is supposed to bring this matter to the President and not take the decision unilaterally. Although we do consider Lily Thomas case 2013, whereby the Supreme Court clearly states that like in the section 8 clause 3 of Representation of People's Act, it struck down clause 4 of the section 8 clause 4 of the Representation of People's Act, understood. However, with respect to the procedure that has been laid down in the Constitution, it has to be duly followed. The ultimate disqualification of a member of parliament has to be done by the president, not by the speaker.
Lokesh, if I may, and then I'll get. Thank you, Lokesh. And if I may, before I go to Tuhin, make a very elementary point here. And Abhishek, I can't make it over you. These are very serious points I'm making. I need you to listen to what I'm saying, and then please respond.
Please talk about Mohammad
The
Faisal.
very clear issue here is, and Tuhin, can I, please request you, see, I'll tell you, we are making serious, comprehensive points. I don't want to speak over you. I've studied this matter. In the 2014 Law Commission report, after extensive consultations with the general public, Tuhin, the Law Commission said that the law needs to evolve to pose an effective deterrence, owing to lengthy and jarring court proceedings which bar its effective application. In fact, the report even recommended a retrospective application of the law to hold the lawmakers to account. And in the Representation of People's Act itself of 1951 mentions 6 specific classes of offences for which lawmakers would stand automatically disqualified, which means these are serious matters. And I will repeat again and again and again and again and again with them that the one person who said there must be immediate disqualification without any question, immediate, is Rahul Gandhi. Now you can't go crying for this. It's like saying that I believe in the rules of cricket, but when I'm out, I'm going to cry and refuse to leave the field. It's as silly as that.
Arnab,
that's what this is about. Tuhin, on the politics of it, Tuhin.
Let me Arnab, let me simplify this for you. There are clearly 3 components over here. Number 1, today's disqualification, which is perfectly within the ambit of the law post July 2013, after the ruling in the Lily Thomas versus Union of India case. In fact, instead of feeling so rattled, I think Rahul Gandhi should be celebrating the moment, because today he has joined the league of Lalu Yadav ji, Jayalalitha ji, Azam Khan's son. So I think, 32 people have been similarly disqualified in the last 9 years. None of them has raised any hue and cry about the functioning of our democracy. So why should the Gandhis be treated any different? The second component, very briefly, if I may come to it, is the court's verdict yesterday. Now, they can go on and on about the anomalies in the court's verdict, but that is precisely why they have the right to stay in. And this is where Rahul Gandhi's lawyers come into question, their intentions come into question. It seems that a significant portion, a significant part of the Congress has concluded that Rahul Gandhi is a liability. In as much as we want him to stay in politics, it is his lawyers who have let him down. It is his lawyers who have misled him. It is, I think, it's a sort of a G23 playing out yet again, where Congress has found out a very clever way to dispose of Rahul Gandhi. That's the truth over here.
Arnab, this reminds me of...
I'm on a human point, and I hope you're understanding. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying.
The Lakshadweep MP,
Kailash wants to come in. Kailash Adhikari.
Mohammad Faisal's conviction was stayed 2 months ago.
Kailash.
You've still not admitted him back to Parliament.
Thank you, Arnab. Arnab, I'd like to make a very, clear point.
The sloppiness of your legal...
Volume louder in the studio.
Arnab, I'd like to make a very clear point here.
I can't hear the guests equally in the studio, please. There's a problem with the foldback. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Arnab, I would like to make a very simple point here.
Can I have it louder in the studio?
When Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and I completely agree with Mr. Tuhin, when Mr. Rahul Gandhi was in the UK and he cried foul over the fact that, Pegasus was on him. And when in India, when the Honorable Supreme Court told Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the other petitioners that if you all feel that the Pegasus was on you, then kindly submit your mobile phones, none of them did. Mr. Gandhi did not. Now, here is a person who does not even believe in following what the Honorable Supreme Court said. And now the entire party is crying foul over the fact that the disqualification is hasty. I mean, these are double standards.
Honorable Speaker.
Whatever happened today, whatever the Honorable Speaker of the Lok Sabha as well as the Lok Sabha Secretariat passed an order was very much within the purview of law. And India is a nation where there is rule of law. If you are so aggrieved by the fact you have a battery of lawyers, why don't you go ahead and make a strategy and challenge it legally?
I can't hear that.
It's double standards.
Kapil and BRS.
It's double standards. The Lakshadweep MP, Mohammad Faisal, had his conviction overturned
I can't hear him in the studio.
Ago. He was not admitted to Parliament for the entirety of the budget session. For the entirety of the budget session, he was.
Again, the audio was. Yeah. No, I think I'm having trouble with the audio in the studio. Aditi, can it be fixed, please? Kapil, listen here. You can't separate the Vadras from the general public. You need the whole issue it's coming out here.
Arnab,
Kapil, is that you are asking for preferential treatment. No, you have not heard my question. No, you have not heard my question in its entirety.
Let me just give you a response.
No. You can't interrupt me in the middle of my question. Otherwise, I'll speak right over you. My question. No, you have not heard my question.
Go on.
Because I'm elaborating my question. I'm elaborating my question.
I think you will elaborate your conclusion, not the question.
No, I will elaborate my question. There is no need for you to come to any conclusion about what I'm about to say before you hear it. The law is simple. The law says a sitting member of parliament has to be immediately disqualified. And this is in accordance with a Supreme Court judgment. And the question therefore is, you cannot, your fundamental point is the Supreme Court judgment as it presently stands should not apply to us. The 3-month moratorium law was removed by your government. The why don't you understand it? The 3-month moratorium law was removed by your government. Where is the illegality when Rahul Gandhi tore off the same law? He tore off the same law, same provision of the Representation of People's Act, which would have given him 3 months before being disqualified as an MP. He tore it. He tore it before the people of the country. He said it's rubbish. He says it should not stay. He said it should not stay, and today you are saying, no, you please tell me, was Rahul Gandhi wrong then or is he wrong now? You have to. I don't think, no, I'm very sorry. He tore off the law. He removed the 3-month moratorium law. And it was removed by the Congress government. The same law is being applied to him. The same law is being applied to him, Kapil.
Arnab, did you saw his Twitter timeline? Did you see him complaining about this conviction? What did he say? I mean, here you want to make a entire edifice and say that Mr. Gandhi is So did you? What did he say on his Twitter line? You please.
Why did the union government? Decide to unanimously withdraw the ordinance it had approved on 24th September 2013. Why did it do that? It was because Rahul Gandhi said that the 3-month moratorium is rubbish. No, I'm sorry, I will repeat it again and again till you understand it. Rahul Gandhi said the 3-month moratorium is wrong. Rahul Gandhi said the 3-month moratorium is rubbish. Rahul Gandhi said the 3-month moratorium should be removed. Rahul Gandhi said it should not apply, and that is exactly what is happening right now. It is Rahul Gandhi who said it should not apply. Today the Congress party is complaining about what Rahul Gandhi said in 2013. I just don't understand it. This is hypocrisy with a capital H.
Arnab, the point is, आप 10 बार झूठ को अगर 10 बार जोर से बोलोगे, it will not become a truth.
आप ये सब हिंदी के डायलॉग मत दीजिए.
So मैं नहीं बोल रहा डायलॉग, मैं आपको सच्चाई बता रहा हूँ.
I will tear the law, he said. He said I will tear the law. I will tear the provision. the 3-month provision should not apply.
Arnab, can you please politely tell me whether Mr. Gandhi, Tuhin, I think it's
the 6th defamation
Tuhin,
case.
I think I'm responding to Arnab. Tuhin, I think I'm responding. You can, make your argument once I am done. So, Arnab, I am making a very polite request to you. Can you please show the tweet that Mr. Gandhi made after this, disqualification order? Did he talk about that ordinance?
His tweets are pathetic, let me tell you.
Arey Baba Tuhin, you just want to divert
his tweets are reiterating what he said.
Arey, aapko attention divert karni hai.
I heard your question. Let me respond. If you are talking about the tweets of Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi after the court verdict, let me respond to you. His tweets are absolutely pathetic by saying he stands with the truth. He's only trying to vulgarly reiterate what he said. The abuse against people with the Modi surname. Instead, he should apologize. In fact, a person like me with virtually no resources has faced 2 defamation threats successfully because all it requires is a clarification, which your legal team could not issue, and still you are defending it. You should advise him to apologize or to issue a clarification.
Tuhin, I get it. Tuhin, I get your point. Now allow me to make a response. Tuhin, would you agree with me that Nirav Modi, who is sitting abroad, is a fraud?
You are legally wrong.
Who is legally wrong? You can't decide. Why don't you wear
I just want to come in to actually
you are legally wrong. You are legally wrong.
It is the Congress party that needs to take a call on moving to court of law.
One minute. Rhythm has a very strong point to make.
I just wanted to say to Kapil and others that the very fact is that we're agreeing if he believes he has a strong case, please move a court of law. Let's not have these discussions when he's not going on the merits of the case and he's not fighting this. What is he actually being charged with? It's Article 102, subsection 1 and 3, which very clearly says a person shall be disqualified for being chosen and being a member of the House of Parliament if he's disqualified by or under any law. Now he's been disqualified. Now there are options before him. He's choosing not to take those options.
Rhythm, can you also point out, at which hour, at which minute, at which second, and which nanosecond he should have filed his appeal? Judgment. Can you please point out, can you please also, guide us कि किस घंटे के, किस मिनट पे, किस सेकंड के, किस नैनो सेकंड पे अपील फाइल होनी चाहिए थी? जब लॉ बोलता है कि आपको 30 दिन के अंदर अपील फाइल करनी है, आप
अगर आपको
करेक्ट
No, you don't file the law.
आप बोल रहे हो. So that's so when is the 30 days expiring? Very good. आप ये बताएं कि 30 दिन कब एक्सपायर हो रहे हैं, मुझे आप ये भी बता दें.
नहीं, आप
30 दिन कब एक्सपायर हो रहे हैं?
No, what will happen is... Achha, 1 minute. On this, the point is, the situation is very clear to me, Kapil. No, I can't hear Tuhin again, the fallback issue in the studio. The issue is very clear, Karthik, and where you need to be very careful about the way you stand on this. See, if you have an issue which is essentially legal, the conviction is a legal judgment, there has to be a legal appeal, it's a legal case. You can appeal, you can get it stayed. Now the point is, one, the process of law is very much on. The Congress party can go in for an appeal immediately. If it goes in for an appeal immediately, it is possible that it may not be able to get the conviction stayed and it may not be able to get the relief that is required to reverse what has happened. Now, maybe the Congress wants to avoid that embarrassment, rather make it political while not taking the legal route. You see, Karthik, if you were to say today that I want this change in the law so that convictions lead to disqualification. Tomorrow, if you are disqualified as per the same law, you can't complain. That is what Rahul Gandhi is doing in this case. So while you're rallying behind Rahul Gandhi, are you aware of the shaky ground that he is on?
I am. On the record, my stand has been with Rahul Gandhi with respect to Congress party. We had our own differences, but certain times we have to raise beyond politics, and this is time right now in the country. Arnab, I am no legal expert. Legally, I am no expert. But my strong point being logic, let me come to the rescue of the Congress party, and also I would like to be stand corrected. The Schedule 10 of the Constitution clearly states that the House of the Speaker is independent to any court, and the decision of the Speaker can be taken, and that cannot be challenged, right? And there is also the Supreme Court judgment, the Constitutional Bench judgment that you just quoted in 2010, which clearly states the Speaker's decision is paramount, which cannot be challenged in any court. I agree. Well, when the Rahul Gandhi's case, when the court itself, the Surat court itself has said it has given a 30-day period for him to appeal his sentence, I think it would have been the discretion of the Speaker to give him the 30 days. The immediate disqualification, even if the Speaker could have waited for these 30 days, he would have not been illegal. He would not be illegal.
They are saying, Karthik, can I, on that point, give a small response to you and maybe get your feedback on it? And already Kailash is shaking his head. The same 2013 Lily Thomas case, which you are mentioning, makes it very clear.
You are disqualified. Automatic. It is automatic. The disqualification is automatic.
So when you are saying, what I would say to you, Karthik,
a person, you stand disqualified. I would love to be stand corrected.
So Karthik, what you are saying is, even if the Speaker would not have, let's assume, Karthik, the Speaker would not have issued the circular today, even then Rahul Gandhi would be disqualified. As per the
Until
Supreme
unless
Court
the Speaker would not take a decision, he would not be. He would not be.
He would be.
The discretion of
his attendance in the...
My base point. Let me come. As I said, I'm no legal expert.
It's not discretionary. My argument to you, Karthik, is that there is no element of discretion after the 2013 order.
Let me come to the point about trying to make. Let me come to the point. There are two things about this whole matter today. There is one, of course, the legal battle, which is ensuing. The whole question about whether Surat Court has overstepped. That has been the two extreme of a judgment. But why didn't Rahul Gandhi appeal? What will happen? And there is also on the other side is a moral question, Arnab. When the whole central government is facing questions about how it's handling the agencies and what's happening with their mess with the judiciary and all, won't you think morally the government should have stepped back and waited for this 30 days?
That point is a political point.
Exactly.
That is a political point.
I'm a lawyer.
No, on that you have a point. And I think on that I would have a question to the BJP as well. You see, to the BJP, Tuhin, my question is this. You are making a martyr where none exists. In this case, it's a simple, you see, Rhythm, it's a simple application of the law. As per the law, disqualification is mandatory. By putting out today's circular, you are making a martyr where none exists. And you are creating opposition unity to an extent which may not have existed earlier. This is the point. I mean, apart from the legal point, which you probably also need to consider.
That has different interpretations.
No, Arnab, the BJP or the government, the BJP or the government is nowhere involved with it.
Are you not finding it surprising that the Aam Aadmi Party and the BRS, which criticize the Congress every day, are standing with them in this one?
No, this is momentary posturing, but let me categorically tell you that Rahul Gandhi is a liability for the Congress party, not for us. So I think we would have nothing to do with it. It is basically his karma, his actions over the years.
An asset for you is not the issue.
It is his action over the years. I am asking you, Arnab, is this the first time he has faced a defamation case?
Denial, don't be in denial about this, Tuhin.
No, is this the first time that he has faced a defamation case? I'm asking you,
circular has been issued.
Give me a minute.
Mr. Goswami, the circular has been issued because the plan is to hold a bipole in Wayanad. The plan is to hold a bipole in Wayanad.
Is this Rahul Gandhi's first defamation case?
That will happen.
He's mired in 6 other defamation cases. We would have nothing to do with him.
They are hoping to have a bipole in Wayanad. That's why the speakers issued the circular.
That is the election commission.
Their plan is to hold a bipole in Wayanad. You wait and see what they're going to do. They're going to hold a bipole in Wayanad.
doing?
You did this in the case of Mohammad Faisal in Lakshadweep. You had a bypoll announced. You had a bypoll announced.
Let us not go with speculation. The point over here is that I am repeating it. This was not Rahul Gandhi's first defamation case. He has been lucky in the past. It's just that his karma, his actions caught up with him.
Location.
His actions caught up with him, and as per law, by implication of that conviction, we have nothing to do with it.
Karthik, and then Karthik.
No, please, everybody, friends, please. Arnab, there's another point I'd like to make. So today we heard the BJP ministers come on to the press, and they were insinuating doubt among the Congress cadre that if your people wanted to get this case squashed, you had legal luminaries, very big lawyers in your party, that could have been done. There's somewhere that he also insinuates that they do not believe in the merits of the case. Anurag Thakur, the way he was talking, somehow he kind of gave out an indication that the merits of the case itself is very weak. Point two, BJP, by taking this knee-jerk reaction, Arnab, proves certain things. One, that BJP takes Rahul Gandhi more seriously than Rahul Gandhi takes himself. Two, they made a mockery of the present system in place. Three, Rahul Gandhi's whole statement about Modi's will resonate more within the country than what they wanted to avoid. And the last point, Rahul Gandhi will get more spotlight than before.
Kailash Adhikari. Go on, Kailash.
Arnab, for
propagating that this entire incident where Mr. Rahul Gandhi is disqualified will make him earn brownie political points, or there will be a sympathy towards him, or there will be an entire imagery of a martyr when there exists none. I don't believe in that. In my limited political knowledge, I don't see that happening. Firstly, we have seen how the Congress party and the leaders of the Congress party have been habitual offenders when it comes to public speaking, and there is no decorum that they have actually maintained. So that is very much in front of the public eye. What has happened today is by the rule book, is by the law, and simply to put it, if the Congress party feels that political is the rule rather than the legal rule. I began the program
by saying I don't think this opposition unity will last. But I will also caution you to say, don't presume the opposition unity is not there today. When all parties feel threatened equally, often they do come together. Question, how long will it last? Well, I'm not sure about that at all, as I began by saying. We are tracking this very, 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 very closely over the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, only for tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Maruti Suzuki Driving School is redefining the standards of driving training in the country since 2005. A school which inculcates safe driving culture through behavioral training and road sense. Road safety has always been the part of Maruti Suzuki's core ethos, and through the Maruti Suzuki Driving School, it is imparting advanced driving training through a scientifically designed curriculum which is helping transform beginners into skilled and confident drivers. The driving simulator, which helps learners get accustomed with real-world scenario even before hitting the road. Maruti Suzuki has also created a range of scientifically designed courses depending on your requirements and needs. The Maruti Suzuki Driving School has a team of more than 1,500 trainers in more than 500 training schools pan-India.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
The opinion about Israel within the Indian population is much more favorable vis-a-vis how Israel is seen, for example, even in the United States.
There is a known phenomena here that Israelis after military service, they choose to come to India, what I call a full immersion visit. So they don't come 5-star hotels. They go backpackers, they want to live, they go to Vipassana, and they want to be part, I think, and parcel of the culture, to live like Indians. 30, 40 years, Israelis have been doing it. Now it's the second generation. I see the parents here coming and bringing their teenager children to show them their experience from India when they were after military service.
आपने कर्नल जमाल कौन कौन से माउंटेन्स क्लाइंब करे ये बताइए। एवरेस्ट आप 3 बार चढ़ चुके हैं?
यस।
अब आप मुझे कॉन्टिनेंट वाइज बताइए कौन से कॉन्टिनेंट की टॉलेस्ट पीक थी जो आपने चढ़ी?
Climbed sir Kilimanjaro, that is Africa's highest mountain. That was my first mountain. Then obviously sir I went to Elbrus, that was Russia sir. That is highest mountain of Europe sir. That is Mount Elbrus. So then I went to Aconcagua, that is the highest mountain of South American continent sir. Then I went to Carsten's Pyramid, that is Australasian continental shelf. So we went and climbed that. It is supposed to be the Australian highest mountain. And उसके पहले एवरेस्ट में चढ़ी चुका था sir. Then I went and climbed the highest mountain of North American continent, that is Alaska. That name is Mount Denali. So then last was Vinson Massif, that was in Antarctica. Antarctica's highest mountain, because it's the 7th continent. So the highest mountain is Vinson Massif.
Armed struggle is the only way. Investing in armed struggle and destabilizing in India with, how they've been operating for the last 30 years, assassinating Indian government officials, attacking military bases.
कर्नल जमाल एक बात बताइए ना, आप वहां पे गए थे एवरेस्ट चढ़ने के लिए?
बिल्कुल सर।
आपका मिशन था एवरेस्ट चढ़ना?
बिल्कुल सर।
लेकिन बीच में अर्थक्वेक आ गया तो आप लोगों ने अपना मिशन चेंज कर दिया। आपने बोला कि एवरेस्ट तो ठीक है बाद में चढ़ लेंगे, सबसे पहले लोगों की जान बचाओ।
2015 में when we went, earthquake happened. Then we changed our things to the rescue team and we were there in the Everest base camp for around 15 days. हम लोग 45 दिन का हम लोग पूरा सामान लाए थे, राशन लेके गए थे, मेडिसिन लेके गए थे, इक्विपमेंट लेके गए थे। हमने फिर वो सारी चीजें पूरी जनता जो वहाँ पे थी, पूरे क्लाइंबर्स जो वहाँ पे थे उनके लिए खोल दिया। क्लाइंबिंग से ज्यादा नाम हमें जब हमने रेस्क्यू किया है उससे मिला और वो
We are confident that we will get a stay of conviction. A stay of conviction will remove the very basis of this disqualification. This disqualification is nothing but consequential.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
So we unveiled the concept EV SUV called the EVX on the first day, is the 11th of January. Followed by the actual launch of two new SUVs from the house of Maruti Suzuki. One is the Fronx and the other being the Jimny. It's been an amazing response so far. Seeing a lot of interest from visitors. You can see in the Maruti Suzuki pavilion. All the three vehicles are evincing a lot of interest. In fact, for the Fronx and the Jimny, which have already been launched, the bookings are already open, either at any of our Nexa showrooms or on our website. And we've already started seeing some tremendous inflow of bookings.
आपने कर्नल जमाल कौन कौन से माउंटेन्स क्लाइंब करे ये बताइए। एवरेस्ट आप 3 बार चढ़ चुके हैं?
यस।
अब आप मुझे कॉन्टिनेंट वाइज बताइए कौन से कॉन्टिनेंट की टॉलेस्ट पीक थी जो आपने चढ़ी?
Climbed sir Kilimanjaro, that is Africa's highest mountain. That was my first mountain. Then obviously sir I went to Elbrus, that was Russia sir. That is highest mountain of Europe sir. That is Mount Elbrus. So then I went to Aconcagua, that is the highest mountain of South American continent. Then I went to Carsten's Pyramid, that is Australasian continental shelf. So we went and climbed that. It is supposed to be the Australian highest mountain. And उसके पहले एवरेस्ट में चढ़ी चुका था। Then I went and climbed the highest mountain of North American continent, that is Alaska. That name is Mount Denali. So then last was Vinson Massif, that was in Antarctica. Antarctica's highest mountain, because it's the 7th continent. So the highest mountain is Vinson Massif.
struggle is the only way. Investing in armed struggle and destabilizing India with, how they've been operating for the last 30 years, assassinating Indian government officials, attacking military bases.
कर्नल जमाल, एक बात बताइए ना, आप वहां पे गए थे एवरेस्ट चढ़ने के लिए।
बिल्कुल सर।
आपका मिशन था एवरेस्ट चढ़ना।
बिल्कुल सर।
लेकिन बीच में अर्थक्वेक आ गया तो आप लोगों ने अपना मिशन चेंज कर दिया। आपने बोला कि एवरेस्ट तो ठीक है, बाद में चढ़ लेंगे, सबसे पहले लोगों की जान बचाओ।
2015 में when we went, earthquake happened. Then we changed our things to the rescue team and we were there in Everest base camp for around 15 days. हम लोग 45 दिन का हम लोग पूरा सामान लाए थे, राशन लेके गए थे, मेडिसिन लेके गए थे, इक्विपमेंट लेके गए थे। हमने फिर वो सारी चीजें पूरी जनता जो वहाँ पे थी, पूरे क्लाइंबर्स जो वहाँ पे थे, उनके लिए खोल दिया है। क्लाइंबिंग से ज्यादा नाम हमें जब हमने रेस्क्यू किया है उससे मिला, और वो एक शायद हमारा टाइम था जब हमने एवरेस्ट को या एवरेस्ट बेस कैंप में हमने वो वापस दिया है पहाड़ को।
From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Rahul Gandhi has been disqualified. Now, this follows his conviction, and as I told you yesterday clearly, we must always remember that he has been disqualified and convicted for a casteist remark. For a casteist remark. The opposition has got together. They are feeling threatened, at least tonight. And the operational point phrase is that at least for tonight. At least tonight. The opposition is united. At least tonight. And the Lutyens media is very, very, very excited.